Greater Manchester is the people of Greater Manchester. For me, there's just no doubt about that. So our challenge, if we want to be successful going forward, and if we want a local industrial strategy that really works, is to get the best from our best asset, to give people everywhere that opportunity to find what's right for them, particularly to put more structure along the whole question of skills and apprenticeships, so that young people know, firstly they know what's out there, but then also they're supported in accessing those opportunities. That question is an important one, because I don't know if this has been explained today, it's one of the things that we increasingly want to ask young people in Greater Manchester, to try and understand those parts of the city region where young people clearly don't have that sense of forward plan when it comes to their own future. And we did a survey of around 300 young people from the north of the conurbation. I think they were in year 10, I think. They were certainly towards that age range, 14, 15. And they were asked that question. And I was sobering actually to see the results that came back. Because 40% in that survey, unlike your good selves today, couldn't answer in the way that you did, 40%. If you probably look at some wards, you would probably find it would be even higher, I guess, in the most deprived parts of Greater Manchester. So that's what we've got to challenge, isn't it? And we've got to do something about that. And our mission, our collective mission, should be to give every young person hope when they're coming through school. I think there's been a real change here. Life was kind of tough in the 80s, as many people remember, where most of us were growing up. But I think people had hope. Now, I think because of the way life has changed, because of the trebling of tuition fees and all the things that young people hear about, it's a sad fact that many can't see how they're going to make their way in the world beyond school. And I do think they feel extra pressure than we felt. Mental health of young people is a bigger issue these days, and we need to think about that too as part of our plans. So we're thinking about all of that, and we're then sort of saying, well, how do we take this and sort of put it into a plan that will actually address that problem, and particularly connect with those young people who are not accessing the opportunities that are out there. And that would be very true of young people in the black or the Asian community. So the idea is to build through Bridge GM, this system that we're kind of slowly putting together, which is about connecting young people to businesses, but also therefore to opportunity. And as part of that, I remain very determined to bring through what I call a UCAS-style system for apprenticeships here. So that will be an online single application process, online portal, where all the apprenticeships, or you would hope as many as possible, that are available in Greater Manchester will be in one place. And I think the importance of that is it gives young people a clear line of sight to the modern workplace that, quite frankly, they don't have at the moment. You know, if they're in their borough or in their community, they won't know the breadth of what's on offer in the city centre. And I think it's really important as a first step to show young people what is actually out there. I don't think they would get very up-to-date information from their teachers or their parents. I think young people will be quite surprised, actually. They may often hear a negative message of all the jobs have gone, there's not, you know, they probably get that kind of said to them. When in fact, what we need to do is show the full spectrum and the vibrant picture that there is when it comes to employment in Greater Manchester. And once we've done that, then it's about putting the support in place to encourage people to apply, particularly in those communities where there may be a low take-up of the apprenticeship as an opportunity. I think word is, if I speak to my kids, as I do every now and again, when I'm home, not home very much, but I do speak to them, the idea of apprenticeships is changing in their mind. I don't know if you notice this, for those of you with teenagers as well, a few nods around the room. My son who went to university this year, a lot of his friends at the last minute kind of flipped and went to apprenticeship. And I think there is a kind of growing recognition that that is actually possibly a more doable route in terms of the finances of it. So that is growing in their mind. But I also think it's changing in terms of employers as well. Because employers are increasingly saying, yeah, you know, they're the best employees we've got, those who committed as a younger person to the company. And they really value them as well. So on both sides, I think the story's changing. But what we've got to do is really take that to the next level and create a system of support that, as I say, gives young people the route through to where they want to go from every single community across Greater Manchester. The role models will definitely help to. We are looking at the whole issue of travel costs. Remains my aim to introduce a free bus pass for all 16 to 18-year-olds in Greater Manchester. I'm working hard to try and stack the funding of that up, and I want to do that as quickly as I can, because I think that too will make a big impact in those communities that have probably the lowest take-up rates of apprenticeships. I think, you know, we shouldn't underestimate that when we think about this whole question. Some young people still here have what's called a 10-minute world. They don't think beyond the community where they live, or certainly the borough where they live, when it comes to what they may do after school. And our job should be to kind of lift up their sights and help them think bigger. You know, give them bigger dreams in terms of what might be possible. You know, my hope would be ultimately, you know, that if we had this Newcastle-style system, if we had some support with travel, you know, you would make it possible for a young person anywhere in Greater Manchester, particularly in, let's say, Oldham or Rochdale, to get an opportunity at the BBC or at Media City, or, you know, that's what we want to build, isn't it? A system that kind of really lifts up, gives people the sense wherever they live that those opportunities are for them too. Alongside that, I've said to Gemma and the team at the Combined Authority that we need to think about a work shadowing scheme. I think we do have to recognise here, when we're looking at these figures around apprenticeships, that the poor quality of work experience in schools is a problem, I think, in that many young people are not, it was never great anyway, was it, let's be honest, in the old days, and actually sometimes it reinforces low expectations. I've told this story before, but I'll bore all of you with it again because it makes my point. When I was in fourth year, as it was in the old days, I was quite good at Spanish. I thought that was going to be the thing that I focused on. And when the careers advisor asked me what kind of work experience did I want for my 2 weeks, because we got 2 weeks out of school, I said, well, I want something linked to Spanish or maybe travel, because I might want to, you know, be a translator working in the travel industry or something like that. Anyway, when it came back, I got 2 weeks at Thomas Cook's in St Helens in the back office, which was valuable in that it definitely brought home to me that I didn't want to spend my career working in a shop in St Helens. So to that extent, it was actually quite useful. But the truth about work experience of old is it was always a bit fake, wasn't it? You kind of create a fake job and you put somebody in the corner and you give them the post to open. And did it really help kind of lift people's sights? And it's why I've kind of been talking to Gemma about maybe a work shadowing scheme across Greater Manchester. Could we put in place a scheme that allows people to spend a day with somebody like Clara, GMP, or Rose? Could we let people sort of kind of be alongside them for a couple of days and ask questions and observe, or do it with me, because I do offer it at the moment. And I think that is a really important thing. If we're really going to break down some of these barriers, if we're really going to send out kind of message to young people that they can aspire to work in any industry, I think we need a transparent, open scheme whereby they can get an insight into that world before they might even consider applying to that world, rather than it all being kind of done via the well-connected families who know people who work in those places. You know, it'd be much better, wouldn't it, to have an open process whereby all young people could access opportunities to learn more about different industries. And that too is something that I think we need to work on. So I suppose I'll finish there. You can see where we're going. You know, we want to have the highest ambitions here when it comes to giving all young people here, whichever community or background they're from, the opportunity to think big. It's crucial if we're to make a success of Brexit and everything that involves. It's crucial if we're to have a local industrial strategy that works. And I think the learning that you have kind of shared with us, the feedback you've given us today, we will take away and feed into our plans when we're building this post-GM system. To be honest with you, I'm going to be saying to the government, alongside other mayors, that we need full devolved control over post-16 education, to be honest. We've never done it well as a country. We just haven't. You know, we've always obsessed on the university route and treated technical education apprenticeships as almost a second-class option. I honestly don't think they are. I honestly don't think they are. For many young people, they're going to be better. And they need to hear that message coming out more regularly from senior people like myself, but also some of the senior people in this room. We need to say it's not a second-class option at all, in fact. For many young people, it's a better option. And I think we can put more credibility behind that if we were running the system and we were building it and actually making it right for young people here in Greater Manchester. So thank you for being a part of this day. You will see our plans taking shape over the coming months, and we'll want to be putting into practice a lot of the feedback that you've given us. But at the end of the day, it's our mission, isn't it, to pass on a sense of hope to the next generation. And none of us in this room can rest until that 40% figure has gone right down to zero. There's no reason why every young person growing up here shouldn't have some hope for their future. And certainly, from my point of view as Mayor, that's what I'm all about. So thanks for being a part today. Thank you for listening. And we will very much take back everything that you said. Thank you.